Big break off then for Eddie Barker, who's starting to find some real success with it at the back end of his second match. Oh, that 8-ball was very close, wasn't it?
Thought that was in. That would be a settler.
Yeah, he's got sort of second prize here. This is quite a nice layout, all told.
Yeah, it is a really nice layout. Interesting one for me is how difficult is the red by the 8-ball to get on, because you could play on it first shot if you wanted to, or you can leave it for your last shot. He's going to leave it late. The reason I said you'd leave it, because you could have played the one top right and then just floated on and off the top cushion, but actually when you see the table layout from the main camera, it looks very much more comfortable at the top end than I first thought. So this is lovely. This is a lovely layout to try and settle yourself into a very important match. And the reason I like the two at the top is that the red by the 8-ball passes the other one if you have to go that way round, which would be your preference. But it isn't that difficult to go the other way around.
Yeah, it's a really nice little finish, this, for Eddie. This is why I quite liked going low first, because you get to this stage of the visit, and you look at the 5 balls, including the 8-ball that he's got left, and you think, yeah, this is dot to dot, hard work done. Doesn't have to pick a gap necessarily. Everything's wide open. It's hold yourself together time.
That's a good shot. That was a slightly better shot than it looked, because the last thing you wanted to do was finish a little bit high on that or low on it as we look from the main camera, and then kind of having to play half a shot there. So lands ball in hand perfect to make it absolute 100% certainty. Was a nice touch shot. Shows he's in complete control of what he's doing out there.
Yeah, it's a good sign, that, isn't it, for the Batman? Sort of the kind of shot that he didn't necessarily have to do, but the fact that he has shows as he's feeling good, and he should. He's won 2 matches. He's played well. He's generally had some pretty good rub in terms of opportunities and chances too. All signs are positive. And he goes 1-0 up against the Farmer, and that is essentially 2-0 up because he has the draw. Phil Harrison, remember, must win to stop that man from qualifying. A reminder of what we've got coming up for you next week. Group number 3 of the last 16. It's very good indeed. Can't wait to see who comes through out of Chris Day, Neil Rayburn, Andrew Patchett and Clayton Castaldi. That will be the first semi-finalists on the bottom half of the draw. Remember, change of format in finals night. 4 players through, but we abandon the group format in terms of matches. We go to 2 semi-finals and a final.
Very big visit to the table, this one for Phil. Needs a chance and needs to take it, and wow, that's a disaster.
Not just a big moment for Phil, it's a big moment for Dave Fernandez too.
If he goes reds here, you can get yourself an angle on the red to play the breakout on. The only problem straight away. The only problem is that the yellow could go and cause more issues. I think you can. It depends on. Is the red, the 2 together, is that on the break line? Yes, it is. So it's not as easy as I first thought. He's going to go yellows. I was thinking he could play the one that's on the break line and just play a delicate breakout, but he can't because the red's too low. Remember, the cue ball has to be in the break area. Playing for the double. I don't know if he's come far enough down the table. I think the double kiss is on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's tight. Still fancies it.
So he had to really load up there to get the cue ball out the way to avoid the double kiss and straighten up the yellow, whereas originally he wanted to play it where he plays the double and holds the cue ball pretty much on the right-hand side of the table, so that the one above the 8 ball then connects himself down. So he has a tougher shot here.
Lovely gap, though, that he's found.
Yeah.
Needed to get this, and has. Came round to check it. And that's a lovely shot. Yeah, he's in business here.
How easy is the yellow nearest the left centre pocket? Certainly goes to a couple of pockets. It's just how easy, how much is the red in the way?
I wonder if you can link the one that he's closest to now to it. Maybe move up and play it into the right centre.
Going for it in left centre. I'm not so sure about this because the cue ball's going into the red, so he's not going to be great on the next ball. I quite liked it top right. Which obviously the one you mentioned nearest the bottom left could get there. Just the order then. How easy to get on the next ball from here? Might be another double. It was.
Wow.
Yeah. I liked the idea of playing the one along the bottom cushion, the one by the 8 ball, and then leaving the one that you suggested to connect to it top right, and then you've got plenty of margin to get on the 8 ball there. Got himself a little bit lost, and he allows the farmer to the table. Does have to play a good shot here to deal with the red on the right-hand side. Wouldn't surprise me to see him play for that as a double. Just the way they're laid out. I mean, normal circumstances, you say just play on it down the cushion. But almost easier to play on it as a double and play off it as a double, but we'll see. He's so good at the doubles that it wouldn't surprise me. I don't necessarily think it's the right way, but might be for Phil.
Yeah, well, the last double we saw him take on, he missed, which are rare.
Well, if he plays on it now down the cushion, then you've only got to get the cue ball down a couple of rolls, and you've got the red left centre, and then that connects 8 ball right centre. At worst, could even be next to the corner. Yes, it has gone the more conventional way, and isn't perfect on this.
Yeah, this is a serious shot to find. Oh, long way off.
Yeah, long way off.
Frustration for the farmer.
Eddie's got to kill this one in bottom left. That leaves him on the yellow to right centre, and then the one up the table connects to the 8 ball. So just has to kill this one in dead weight. Decided he couldn't. To me, that's going to cause a bigger issue. I thought he could drag that in and hold, but he obviously felt like he couldn't.
Well, maybe Eddie knows something we don't. I think he fancies this yellow to bottom right off the red. But it looks tight.
I don't like the combination shot, as in making them both, and it doesn't look like it squeezes in, but he looked at this straight away. When he first came to the table, he looked at this, so I think he's happy with it.
I can't say that ever looked like the right shot to me.
No.
Eddie will have the best view of anybody, including us two, but I never liked that.
I'm checking my eyes. I didn't think that was on at all. What does Phil do? Centre pocket's by far the easiest pot, but it's not. Doesn't get you on the 8-ball nicely. Oh, this
Got
is
to play
great.
3 cushions.
That's a
maybe
great shot.
4.
That is a great shot.
What a line he's found there for 1-1 in the must-win. Cool. He knows that nearly missed.
Oh, I thought he'd missed it the minute he hit it.
Played such a good shot to get there, and then very, very nearly wasted the chance.
He even turned around and said to his family, tweaking everywhere. In his own mind, he missed that 8-ball.
The Batman still holds the cards. This result, if it stuck, would see him through. And he has the next break. On top of that.
1-3 more.
One problem on the table. Great break. I think any pro pool player would take one problem with ammunition to deal with it, which is what he's got here. Yes, you're always wanting that wide open dream split, but if you were offered this every time, I think you'd take it, simply because the only ball to deal with, you've got 2 or 3 really good ways of dealing with it.
Looks again that Eddie's sort of methodology will be later rather than sooner in terms of developing or working out that problem ball.
Yeah. Look, we don't know what Tom Cousins would do. He's the best player in the world at the moment. I suspect he would have already tried to move and develop the problem ball. Eddie's backing himself to play that perfect shot and deal with it late. But I think that's a dangerous way of going. But it's worked this time. That's beautiful. Great shot.
To Eddie's credit, he's sort of in his mind, he's maybe played it as early as possible there, because you could play it even later there quite easily with the 2 yellows at the bottom.
My worry was he was going to try and leave the yellow that's just above it as this connection, and if you don't land perfect, then it can be missed, and then you're all of a sudden left it late.
Yeah, exactly that. But he's played a lovely
that
shot there and a lovely route, you got to say.
Yeah, the 2 shots to get there are really beautiful. Like, in terms of leaving that perfect angle just to drift down and have that were very, very nice. Shot as well. Punch into the sweet area for the 8-ball here. Very, very good visit to the table. And he looks very poised, doesn't he? He did this earlier on, and I sort of questioned the tactic because it was a similar amount of time left in the match. The difference here is the draw's good.
What a start to this match.
Yeah,
for Eddie Barker.
The difference there for me, and the reason I was critical earlier, was that it was too early to do it. This time round, that essentially puts him with Phil needing to win 2 more frames in the 5 minutes. The draw is good for him, and it only puts him 1 in front, and normally I'd be very critical of that. A little bit more understandable in this occasion.
Very full. Full hard break. Trailing 2 frames to 1. 15-second shot clock in play.
We're into the witching hour. 5 minutes left of tonight's Champions League group. The last 16, Group 2. Phil Harrison can still qualify for finals night. He must win a minimum of 2 frames in this 5 minutes. He probably needs a chance to do that, I would say. He's not going to get it immediately.
This is a nice layout as well. This is one where I think Eddie will be thinking to himself, this is it. This is the one. If I can get this finish, I'm in finals night. They're there for him. He's going red, so that tells us this red does go left centre, and he's got obviously the perfect ball to get there with the one bottom right corner. I thought he was going to have to go yellows, but that red must go. Well, maybe not, and that red is a problem. The reason I thought yellows is I thought all the yellows had pockets. Touching the red, that's not going to change Eddie's shot.
Still a bit of work to do for the Batman.
I don't see him getting out, in all honesty. That red's a real problem, and the 8-ball's a problem.
And almost the fact that he's playing every single shot right on the borderline of the beeps tells you that maybe even the Batman doesn't fancy getting out here.
One cushion, get underneath the red. Be nice if he could just flick the 8-ball en route to doing it. A little close to his work here. He is on this, and I think when he pots this, because he's got just enough angle, he's going to flick off the yellow and get underneath the 8-ball and have the 8-ball into the centre pocket. This will be fabulous if he makes this shot. He's not going to.
It was close. It was close. It was good effort in the end from Eddie Barker, but not quite good enough.
Phil could pop the 8-ball here. If he cuts this back, he's going into the 8. He's done well. There is just enough time here for Phil. The problem is it's Eddie's break next, but he's got to take these out and hope.
He's got to take them out quick as well. He's aware. It's a good sign seeing Phil march around the table there. He's fully aware of the match clock. He is wanting to fly through. Needs this one and one more. Two.
94 seconds is long enough, and he needs a dry break for it.
A word of encouragement from his partner ahead of the last 94 seconds of this group. Eddie Barker's break has been reliable tonight. It's been really, really good to him. It's been a big part of why he's been able to get chances and opportunities that have given him the wins, that have elevated himself to this position. And right now, all he's thinking is, give me a ball. Ball may well just about get him over the line. A dry break, and it's all to play for.
his worst break of the night.
Phil Harrison has got 90 seconds to force a shootout.
A major problem at the top of the table. Yeah, this is a problem to do this quickly. Angle to develop.
Yeah, he's got the angle here. Great to figure that out so quickly. That's such a good shot. I love how he's played that in the heat of battle.
Yeah, he didn't just fly into it. The control on that shot was fabulous. And if this goes in, oh, he's in prime position.
He may well get a break to go and win it, just to win 4-2. Why not? He's played a bad shot there, though.
Just wanted to be straight into the corner. He's overdone that by miles. Obviously, he was coming further down, so he's underdone it. But I'm really surprised.
He's found a pot, and now he needs to find a Phil Harrison double. Oh, he could cut it.
Does the 8-ball go? Oh, I can't see it. Left centre.
Wowee.
Left centre off the bottom cushion.
Oh, it was so close. It was so close. But Phil Harrison, having done what appeared to be all of the hard work, just runs aground at the end of his visit. 𝗍𝗍𝗃 has to play one shot, and this will seal the fate of the night. The Batman has done it. The Dark Knight rises into the Final Four of the Champions League. What a victory for 𝗍𝗍𝗃. Phil Harrison kept us on the edge of our seats right until the very, very last second. But the Batman is in to the last four, and we'll catch a word with him in just a second.